It's Amanda Flood, and I'm back from an incredible journey in Bali. Let me tell you, it was such an empowering experience.
Oh my
Woo!
God.
You're so brave, Amanda.
Madre mía. Mamma mía.
Oh my
Hola.
God.
Pero qué cabrón. Tío.
Everything was perfect from beginning to end, especially being there with other like-minded women. I was talking about it to a couple of folks, and they kind of described it even better than I could. It was an experience that truly builds memories, and it was peaceful and purposeful. And I don't think you always get that in a retreat. And it's something I want to continue to keep doing. And by God's grace, we'll see what happens. What I realize and I want to express to you is that it's so important to just take a pause and separate yourself, right? So many great ideas were birthed in that space and really in a space of separation and intentionality. And this was different. It was a different experience because of the depth of conversations that took place. And as women who want to have impact, it really is important for us to separate and also explore our whole selves as in that equation, as part of that equation. And that's not always something you can do easily. It certainly isn't something you can just do on like any old vacation or any old like travel group experience. I think this is something that really separates us, despite the fact that we are just this like-minded body of women, whether we are in pursuit of business or, in pursuit of our purpose and things like that. I think we also value things like taking time for us, right? And a higher level version of us. And it's hard to spend time with yourself when you're still engaged with the responsibility of life, when you're still pulled in the direction of responsibilities, constantly pouring out, and really, really only recharging enough for the task of the next day. It just doesn't work. One of the areas that we explored heavily was how we are really getting in our own ways and the cost of not showing up. Can anyone out there relate to that? I know some of y'all are out there and sitting on things, and I really want you to think about who that's hurting, right? And are you the one that's really preventing you from moving to the next level iteration of the vision that God has for your life? Because the more you put yourself out there, the more you grow, the more you realize what you need, the more you get to develop this thing that you're working on. And it just doesn't happen when it stays on paper. It just doesn't happen when it only stays in like your mind and the mind's eye, right? So in order for it to grow and develop, it actually has to get out of you. And I always say, if we don't show up, what is the cost? What's it costing someone else? And what's it costing you? And to a degree, I think the cost is probably worse than what it costs you. But it does hurt us, right? It hurts us not to show up as our true selves. The guilt, the worry, the doubt, that weighs us down. And I don't want you guys to live a life of regret. And the one thing we don't have is time, right? God is also not going to wait for you, girl. Like, something that has been clear in my walk is if I take too long, he'll hand the task to the next person. His mission is greater than my fear and my hesitation. Like, he's not gonna wait for me to get it together, right? And something about that doesn't sit well for me because I know at the end I want him to look at me and say, like, well done, my good and faithful servant. And he cannot give me more to be faithful with if I am hoarding or not taking care of the little bit that he's given me. Okay. So listen, first of all, let me even pause to say for all of y'all who are listening to me, thank you. Like, I appreciate y'all so much. And I thank you for being in this space and holding space with me, right? So just make sure, though, that you are subscribed to the channel and that you'll take a moment to share this with just one person or tag it on your socials so more people have an opportunity to see it and really kind of listen with it, okay? But for you specifically, girl, I want you to live a life of possibility and educated risks. Start taking them. Even if the thing you try never happens, at least what? You tried. Right? Like my whole existence right now is about giving you the skills, boop, and tools to deal with that space of trying and that discomfort of trying and like the rejection of trying and the doubt of trying, right? Like we can work through that space. We can help you through that space. In that growth space, you can find your light though and let it shine. And that's what's so important because the Bible tells us that everything is about your light and that light not being hid. So someone needs it, someone has got to see it. You got to see it too. And sometimes I think our fears and our beliefs about who we should be and how things should be, and this, and the other, this idea of perfection, all of that like walk us into a place of darkness where we can barely see our own light, or we forget it, or we become kind of like disconnected from it, right? I think during this like retreat, I had the opportunity to really get in touch with my own self and in a deeper way, which really wasn't expected. Like this trip more than exceeded my expectations. Right. And I planned that from the United States of America all the way across the world, like total flip-flop time zones. And I can't even tell you how well it worked out by God's grace, right? But something special happened while I was holding space for these women. And we held space for each other, which is also something that's unique about our experience. It's not just you come to deliver as a speaker or whatnot, right? Like you are part of the whole experience and you're a guest too. Okay. And there's something that's just uniquely special about that. So you're there to give and receive, to pour back in, and probably more than you realize. And at the same time, still get the rest that you need and have a lot of fun along the way and connect with people along the way, connect with yourself. Like it's just so, so dope. And I keep going back and forth because it just is. But let me get back on track, right? How much I wanted to pour out today. That's why I snuck this episode in. Okay, so listen. So much came out of that experience. And what I'm not fully ready to talk about yet, but I'll give you a smidge, right? Something that I really want to do, and I realized coming out of this and just working with y'all in general, that we need some more intensive work in some areas, right? And I want to do something that is a little bit more intensive in the healing area. Like I think we come hang out for a weekend and we find that one specific thing, let's say it's like imposter syndrome, right? That still kind of causes you to hold back and whatnot, that we would spend time working on that and more in depth. So it's something I want to test out and trial, but we'll definitely get to that. So what we would do in that weekend together is it's almost like we'll have like therapy-esque intensive work throughout the day with some lighter healing in between. It's very intimate. It's designed to get you past that thing though, and a lot more quickly than we could in like weekly therapy sessions. So it's almost like I want to fast forward that process, but do it someplace beautiful, and really like wrap you in this like holistic sort of like nurturing sort of feel, right? So it's coming. But I ain't gonna give you all the pieces, but it's coming. That's definitely something that I want to pilot. And I think by the beginning of next year is something that I would love to do. And of course, Purpose House is coming back. That's for my bosses and planning out their goals for the next year. So we spend a weekend together as entrepreneurs, but with purpose, right? And we just, it's like my core pillars of everything. The sisterhood is there, the community is there, and we come together. There's definitely going to be good food, a good place, good location, good vibes. All of that is coming. It's in November. Y'all should just be on the retreat wait list so you get all the information at the end of the day, okay? Like I'm just so excited, y'all. Like I'm back, I'm glowing. It's like a fire in me that I'm just ready to serve, and I'm trying to contain the energy, but it's electric. Okay, let me focus. What's coming up even sooner is this weekend, August 10th. Okay. It's our Q3 quarter three goals planning session. Like we're already into the quarter, but it is what it is. If you haven't worked on your goals yet, here's your opportunity. And more than anything, I want y'all to have the vision for your goals and know the direction that you're going. Sometimes we have the bigger idea and we get lost in the day to day and we don't even realize that we're off track or that we're on track and doing such an amazing job, but still doubting the process and the possibility. And I think this is a great way to check in with where you're at and what you need and where you're going. So I encourage you to really get on that while you can and do that work with us now. for those of you in business and private practice, if you're a coach, if you're just creating something outside of your career, you're trying to figure out how to also reach more people, become more visible, and you want something that represents you to also put out there so people can get to know you a little bit better and the work that you're trying to do. I want you to consider getting into this other program. Right. And that is going to be the Create Your Offer Challenge. That's the other thing that's going on. And I highly recommend that you jump on that. It's free. It's sent to you by email. So, like twice a week, we really walk you through step by step how to create something that you can share in your business, like a lead magnet, ebook, maybe helping you plot out your next course, workshop, something like that. But we try to keep it simple. And it's also a great way to get feedback from me and actually get something done for your business, right? So it's two things happening. It's the Q3 planning and the opportunity to work more on your business now by creating something tangible for your business, okay? And that's the offer challenge too. All right, Q3 goals, offer challenge. All of that is happening. So jump on it now, take a look. Even if you're curious and not sure, like, come on, y'all, do the thing. Let's work together, all right? I'm so excited. I'm so excited to serve and on the next level because of this trip and just because of who I am and what I want to give to you. And I think what's been put on my heart to give to you, right? All right. So make sure to check out the photos, y'all, of Renew, Connect, Restore Bali edition. I'll be dropping them on the Instagram at Renew, Connect, Restore. So go find that, follow that. I'll put it in the comments and stuff below. It's kind of like our picture album of all our retreats. Of course, hopefully you guys are also following me at Amanda Flood and enjoying this YouTube life as well. And we'll see you soon, hopefully on the podcast, as that has got to drop. I hope it'll drop this month because it just so happens it's also Black Business Month, and that's my jam, serving Black and brown women in business and those in pursuit of a higher level version of themselves. Like, I'm so here for all of that. I am here to help you confidently show up in your business, the business of your gifts, goals, and your purpose. All right. All right, y'all. Whew. Stay blessed. Keep shining. Until I see you next time. Take care.